Hello and welcome back. This is David from the Personal Finance Squad. Okay, now we're going to get into section 11.2, which is 401k contribution limits. In the last section we talked about employer matching, but now there's another side of it that the government puts out in terms of a rule that says there are limits that you can contribute based on the calendar year guidelines. So we see right here that we have a grid, and this is based as of 2016 at the end, but we put a little pattern in the past so you can see that it does eventually grow. So back in 2012, the limit was $17,000, and that means that's how much you can contribute for that entire calendar year. Now, if you were to contribute over 17 or 17.5 or 18, as we see right here, then that money would just not go into your account. So what can happen is you could reach this limit at $17,000, let's just say in November, and then you have it in your plan to say, hey, take out X percent, but at that point you've eclipsed it. So what would happen is you would not actually have any money taken out of your check. So let's just say loosely you had $1,000 gross, and you took out your 10%, and that equals $100. So now you're saying, hey, I'm at the $17,000 mark. So what happens is this $100 is just not going to come out. And that means your check will be higher, and that means at that point you won't have any pre-tax income. Now the good thing is, in this case, that was a limit in 2012, and the limits go all the way up to $18,000 for the 2016 calendar year. Now, if they increase, you can go up above that, but regardless of that, if you're in the position where you are actually meeting the maximum for your 401k, then you're obviously doing very good things for yourself. Now there's other things here. We can see that there's 50 and older, and what this means is they're allowed catch-up contributions. So in the calendar year that you turn 50 and every year beyond that until you are no longer allowed to participate in a 401k plan, that means you can contribute, at least in terms of this timeline as of 2016, an additional $6,000. So that really means for the calendar year of 2016, you can do the 18 and the 6, and you could really put in $24,000. So that's nice. So we put a little piece of information in here just to show you that how much this extra $6,000 could provide for someone. For example, $6,000 a year additional between the ages of 50 and 65 at 5% interest equates to $132,952. So we always like to show you these examples because money just simply adds up. By the way, 70.5 is when you have to take out your 401k. Now you're allowed to take it out at 59.5. So this is the earliest without penalty, and 70.5 is when you have to take money. That means you do not have to take every single dollar you have in there, but that means you can no longer contribute. You have to start withdrawing from that. Okay, so that's going to cut it for this chapter. This is just a very small one that just talks about the contribution limits, and these are things that you need to know. It just shows you some kind of goals that you can try to achieve one day if you have not already. As the 401k is the biggest financial vehicle that most people have for retirement, getting closer and closer to that max limit is a very good thing for your future. Okay, so thanks for joining, and we will see you in the next video when we get into vesting.